Hello, friends. Oopsies, let's turn that noise off, shall we? That I always forget to do. Hang on. Hello. Happy Monday. There we go. Happy Monday. Loz Crop here, coming to you from the very rainy Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia. I'm a certified business trainer and I specialize in all things online sales, branding and marketing. You guys know what I do. I would love to know in the comments if you have a business or not on social media. So if you have a business, even if you're watching the replay, just type in the word biz so I kind of can gauge. If you do not, say no. And it's okay, because maybe you're thinking about having some form of an online business. So with this being something that I specialize in, I love to come live to you guys Monday, Wednesday and Friday, pretty much most days, pretty much those 3 days of every week. And just kind of like deliver a little bit of like training tips. So there could be 5 to 10 minutes kind of training. Hello, my friend. Now, what I wanted to talk about is if you do have a business online. Now, this can be anything. This can be a standalone business. This can be a shop. This can be online. It can be absolutely anything. But if you do have any form of a business, direct sales, network marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever you want to call it, you need to be showing up online, right? It's the way of the world. If the world taught us anything a couple of years ago, is how quick we can all get locked in our homes. But if we have online businesses, they can still thrive, right? So I just wanted to talk to you about a word that you probably hear a lot, and it's called omnipresence. If you don't know what it is, I'm going to basically tell you in simple terms. Omnipresence is a presence everywhere online, like being everywhere, right? It's like doing everything and being everywhere. So I want you to think about the different platforms that you have for social media, right? So you have obviously Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, even Pinterest. There's so many of them out there. Now, I always say you're best to master one, but work with 3. Okay, now, absolutely, if you wanted to go down the Discord line or any other ones, totally fine as well. But obviously our 3 main ones are Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Now, so many people say to me, which one do I be on? How long? What do I do? That's entirely up to you, right? But what I want to say to you is those 3 have traction. And an omnipresence means that you are everywhere, but I don't think it's possible for you to do a post every single day or a live or a reel every single day on 7 platforms, right? That's like a little bit too much. So you want to be able to kind of like master 1 and conquer 3 is what I tend to say. Now, should you post the same thing on all 3 platforms every single day? You can. And here's why. So I will do a reel or a TikTok every single day, at least one, and I will post it on all 3 platforms. Generally speaking, it's probably the same reel. And here's why I post the same thing, because number 1, it's easy for me. I know then that I only have to upload it to 3. Right? Should it go from Instagram to Facebook? That's entirely up to you. I found that by doing that, my views aren't as high unless you actually individually post them. So yes, that's up to you whether you want to do it. It can save some time. But here's also the thing. Some people are like, oh, but I have this. If I do the same thing on all 3 platforms, it's going to bore people. I guarantee you guys that you don't have one person that's going to watch you on all 3 platforms at the same time, right? Very, very, very unlikely. Maybe 2. Maybe you have some what I call fans, aka followers, but your fans that would follow you on a couple and they would see the same thing. But you know what? It's not going to annoy them. They're just going to either unfollow one of your accounts, or they're just going to scroll on by. But my audience is very, very different on all 3 platforms. So I would love to know, like, let me know if you have different audiences, because I tend to find on Facebook, it's where I do like more business training, and I get, not just me, everyone, it gets a lot more filtered. How can I word this without Facebook flagging this content? Facebook has really strict, rules. And you tend to get shut down, blocked. You can't use certain features for things that you actually didn't even do that was wrong. And you cannot seem to appeal it quite as easy as the other platforms. It's annoying, and it's a Facebook thing. So when I'm on Facebook with you guys, I'm always thinking about what I'm saying way more. You don't actually get to see the crazy me as much, because if I talk to you guys like I usually do, right? If you're in my personal life, you know I can swear like a trooper. If I do that on here, I instantly get my page and my post flagged. And if you're like me and you actually have your account monetized, that actually then puts a block on your monetization of your account. And if you get too many, then they will stop showing all of your posts. So if we're going to have a conversation about things face to face, you guys know I'm going to drop the F-bomb. I'm going to talk about things that I can't talk about here. Okay, Instagram's not quite as bad because there's some of you watching me on Instagram at the moment. Instagram's not quite as bad. However, the same thing. If I upload a reel that has a swear word in it, or maybe it mentions, I can't even say this because this is what Facebook and Instagram are like. It might mention these things, like just in a funny joke, or you know how when you talk about, let's talk about baby, but that can be used for like male or female. I've done that before where I've gone, what is your, instead of saying the word gender, I used that and I got banned, right? And I'm like, I didn't even say it was about gender. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So for me, I don't necessarily show the real me unless I'm on TikTok. And what I mean by that is this is still me being authentic to you guys. I try and get as much as my authenticity out on Facebook and Instagram as I possibly could. However, I love to make jokes about things. I love to talk about those taboo words that I just said. And I love to I shouldn't say I love to swear. It's just something that happens to me. But when I'm on these platforms, I have to think more. And I find that it actually makes me not want to be here as much as there, if that makes sense, because you kind of have to like reel it in now. Whereas if you guys follow me over on TikTok, you guys know I am myself. I can drop words and I don't have to think about it, right? But the other thing too is I'm a massive autism advocate, right? And I talk about how corrupt the department is and the people that the gov, I can't even say that on here, right? If I said the full word, because you get kind of blocked. So that's kind of why an omnipresence is important, because you have different audiences depending on how you portray yourself and how you come across, right? So my Facebook audience tends to be a generational difference, because anyone my age, right? I'm 43. 40 and onwards, 30 and onwards, we tend to use Facebook. But if you're going to be like in your 20s, you're going to tend to use Instagram, right? And then anyone else is on TikTok. So even this video that I've done here on Facebook and Instagram could get low views because I said the words TikTok. So you see what I'm saying? Because that's their competitor. That's like walking into a Ford dealership and asking to buy a Holden for my Aussie friends. Like, they just don't like that, right? They don't like anything to do with competitors. So that's why it's so important for you guys to have an omnipresence, because you can attract people from different target markets, I guess. So when I'm talking about like the autism and the education department, I've naturally got a massive following over on TikTok, which is all mums as well that are going through the same thing. I've created a safe space over there. And you're probably like, yeah, but how important is that for your business? Very important. You know why? Because number one, I'm a business trainer. And number two, I work with people to help them find natural, clean products to help with mental health and kids products. So it actually makes sense. You see what I'm saying? So as long as you can be yourself, you're going to kind of like find your audience. But I don't want you to think that it's not beneficial to be on one and not the other. It's beneficial across all, because like I said, depending on the business that you do, like I said, anyone from the age of 30 and above tends to be more on Facebook, in their 20s is on Instagram. But again, the two businesses that I'm operating, that will fit in anyone's category, right? So don't ride yourselves off to all platforms, but do try and conquer 3 and master 1. So I hope that helps you guys. If anyone has any question, like normal, you guys know where I am. Just send me a message, and I will be back on Wednesday with some more business tips for you. Bye, guys.